So my Kubota came with this tiny little toolbox on it, and it's convenient having a toolbox on the tractor, but that thing's too tiny. So I'm going to upgrade today. Take these two bolts out. These are both 12 millimeter. I'm going to use these same bolts to put the new one on. Alright, I got me a Sharpie and I'm going to mark approximately where these holes go. And the reason for that is the back of this bumps up against this roll bar, and so I can't go back any further than that. I don't want this in too far because then it's going to be hitting me in the shoulder when I'm seated down. So I want it out a little ways. So we're going to put it about there, mark it with the Sharpie, and then I'll give the exact measurements using the old toolbox as a template. Alright, so that's what we got on the underside now. Alright, so I'm going to set this old toolbox on top of here, lined up with my marks, and use that as a template to drill my holes in here. This way, I know that my holes are going to be perfectly aligned with the holes in the bracket. Alright, now that hole's not big enough to fit that bolt through, so we're now going to go back and drill a bigger hole. Alright, it's not oversized, but it's enough to get the bolt through there. So now let's go mount it. Now you notice I got the hinge coming this way. That way I can grab stuff while I'm sitting on the tractor, because I might happen to put a cold beer or something in here. At any rate, if you prefer to have it to where you can access it when you're standing on the ground next to the tractor, you just flip it around. Alright, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now it's not the exact same color, but it's close. Now you notice it wobbles up and down a little bit, and it's going to wobble this way a little bit. I think over time, that wobbling may cause some stress fractures in this plastic, and my holes will end up breaking out. So I think when I get time, I'm going to come back and I'm going to weld an extension on this bracket and come out here like that, and mount this with two more holes. That way this has got plenty of support, because if I put some carabiners or some bolts and pins or latch pins, you know, anything heavy in here, it's just going to make this wobble more, and eventually that's going to break. So again I'll take and I'll weld an extension on here, and that'll be pretty easy to do because this whole arm attaches with these 4 bolts right here. So I can take that off, put this on a table, weld a bracket on, and then give this a lot more stability. But for right now, that's an improvement, and it gives you an idea what I'm going to do. Now, one last thing I gotta do, I'm going to climb up there and make sure that that does not get in the way of my shoulder or my elbow and cause me aggravation. Nowhere even close. So this will work out good.